Okay, this is shorthand for find the left-hand Riemann sum with 4 rectangles, the right-hand Riemann sum with 4 rectangles, and the midpoint Riemann sum with 4 rectangles for the function f of x equals the square root of x on the interval 1 to 3. Okay, so just to give you a brief reminder, the left-hand Riemann sum starts at 1, ends at 3. We're going to have 4 rectangles. So we're looking at something that looks just roughly like that, right? And so what's that going to be? It's going to be the sum from I equals 1 to 4 of the width of each of those, that's 0.5, times the height, that's the square root. Let's see, and we need to start at 1 plus, and then I might say I minus 1 times 0.5, right? So what is that in function? We could actually factor out the 0.5. They're all going to be with the 0.5. The first one is going to be the square root of 1 plus the square root of 1.5. That's the height of this second rectangle, plus square root of 2 plus square root of 2.5. Okay? So what are you going to do there? You got 0.5 times 1 plus maybe 1.225 plus 1.414 plus 1.581. Okay? Well, then you're going to add all of those things together. Use your handy-dandy calculator. So 0.5 times 1 plus 1.225 plus 1.414 plus 1.581 is approximately 2.61. Okay, so that is what? That's an underestimate of the area of that curve. What if we did an overestimate? Well, remember that's using the right-hand Riemann sum, so that's the left hand. The right hand, right, that's going to be still I equals 1 to 4, still a width of 0.5, but now the square roots are going to start at 1.5, right? So you got 1 plus I times 0.5, right? So that's 0.5 times the square root of 1.5 plus the square root of 2 plus the square root of 2.5 plus the square root of 3. Okay? So what do we have there? Let's see. 1.225 plus 1.414 plus 1.581. And that is going to approximate... I guess I had to add in the last one, shouldn't I? Let's see, plus 1.732. So then I need to punch that into my calculator. Let's see, 0.5 times 1.225 plus 1.414 plus 1.581 plus 1.3732. That'll be 2.976. So you can see they're 3/10 apart. And then wouldn't you expect a midpoint to be somewhere in between the two? So let's see what we can do here. The midpoint, remember, is going to say, okay, I still have 4 of these. The width is still 0.5, but we're going to have the left-hand side plus half of an interval plus 0.25 plus, let's say, I minus 1 times the 0.5. So in function, what do we have? We have 0.5 times the square root of 1.25, that's the first one, plus 1.75 plus 2.25 plus 2.976. 0.75, right? Okay, so 0.5, let's see what we have here, 1.25, so that's 1.118 plus 1.323 plus 1.5 plus 1.658. Okay, so what do we have here? This is 0.5 times 1.118 plus 1.323 plus 0.5 plus 1.658. That is 2.995. So that rounds off to 2.800. Sort of interesting. So you can sort of see it's right between those two, and most likely the most accurate estimate of the three.